So Tristana rune page. There's a few options for this, but I decided to go for lethal tempo this game. Now the reason is, with lethal tempo, you get that burst of attack speed, and it synergizes so well with Tristana's E. If you don't know what Tristana's E does, it's pretty much an explosive that detonates after about four auto attacks to do the max damage. So you want to get as many autos in within the time that you've used your E, and this is perfect for that. Not only do you have your Q, but this on top of that, you can instantly almost pop someone with the amount of attack speed you get from this. So it's really good. You can also go with press the attack. This is not too bad either. But just for this example, I went with this. I've already tried press the attack. I think this is one of the best. So it's either these two. Fleet footwork, I don't really think, unless you really think you're going to struggle in lane. But Tristana, especially, is a really safe champion. I mean, she just does it all. She 1v1s, she's safe, she does lots of damage, she's a great team fighter, she does everything right now. So, tried lethal tempo, but you can always go press the attack. For the first rune, I picked overheal, just because I really want some of that healing. Any sort of healing is going to help. And compared to this, I'm not really interested in this, to be honest. And mana problems, not really with Tristana. Attack speed 100%. Tenacity not important. Lifesteal not important, especially the build. You're not a lifesteal build. And Coup de Grace, again, really good. That extra damage to pop people off, and that's what you're going to be looking for in fights anyway. You want to look at that low health target, pop them, and then just keep jumping in. Repositioning, and this is always good for tanks. I don't think they had that many tanks. I think they only had one tank, which is Urgot. And Last Stand, this is also really good, but again, you have to be really low health for it to take full effect. And otherwise, this is always the safest and the most consistently good option. As for the secondary path, was a bit unsure, to be honest, but I went ahead with this because there's not much healing covered apart from this. I decided to get a bit more healing done. Because it's just a bit of sustain, I guess. You could go with this, to be honest, because usually you're going to jump in, and you've always got a chance to... that lethality is pretty good. I would recommend either of these two. Cheap shot, doubt it. Unless you jump on top of someone, it's really not worth getting this. These are always like safe, vision options if you really feel like you need it. This one I don't know, I wasn't guaranteed kills. I didn't know if I was going to get kills that game. As an ADC, it's very hard to know. Whereas assassins are you always know if you're going to get kills. If you're playing Zed, you should always take this, talent, etc. And for the last hunter, I picked, again, I went with the healing on this side. So 2 healing runes, 3 altogether. And it just stacks. I thought I'd try it out, give it a go, see if it made a difference. And it only heals my abilities. I have 3 abilities that do damage. But the E especially is going to do heaps of damage, and it's really good because it's single target. And so is my ult. So if that can always, perhaps it's always worth trying this. It may be OP, I don't know. I'm not going to use any active items, and I'm not looking for out of combat movement speed. So that's the rune page. Let's get straight into the gameplay. Okay, so it's a bit of a rocky start. I'll be honest, this laning phase was pretty ugly. I tried to flash in front of the Ezreal if he was going to shoot a Q. I'm able to dodge his second Q, and then I'm able to just kill him, and we are able to come back. I ping once. I'm not going to ping too many times, otherwise that's always triggering, but I needed that farm. I was behind already. So I think level 1 Brand got hooked. So, and as you can see, I'm proccing this lethal tempo, and I'm getting a lot of attack speed. It's pretty OP in my opinion. Especially someone like Tristana who can abuse it. But you'll see in fights, I'm able to just do a crazy amount of attack speed. Fuck up on the heal. I don't even know what I'm doing at this stage. I haven't played Tristana for a while, so I'm figuring out what to press and what not to press. I haven't played bot lane in a while, so really rusty. It's funny how if you don't play bot lane for a few days, you already become rusty. So Lethal tempo, I think so far I've noticed that it's pretty good, especially with the E, as I thought. But it's still, you need to position well. Someone like Blitzcrank, if he hooks you, and Ezreal, if they get the full damage on you, you'll get punished for it. I think I'll go for a few kills here. I mean, again, I'm just testing to see if I can proc this. I'm able to proc it there, I'm able to do a lot of damage, and I move on. And then, you know, with this sort of lead, when you have a 4-1 lead as an ADC, you just go around taking towers, especially Tristana, and that's what I do this game. You can see here my lethal tempo is proc now. I'm doing so much damage. And I think that Urgot has some armor, so that's a lot of damage for a full armor, or like a lot of armor at least. Okay, he has ninja towers, that's about it. But that's actually really good early on. Again, I'm just trying to push towers. Me and Jax push towers so fast. And if you can, if there's an enemy, just auto attack them once, get out of turret range, and then just auto attack that tower with all that movement, with all that attack speed from lethal tempo. So as you can see, I actually walked forward. It's like a bluff. So Graves doesn't think I see him, but we do see him. And luckily I placed that ward. It's always a common place for them to come by. I'm pretty safe here. They're gonna keep going forward for no reason, but hey, they can waste their time. I just jump out, no problem. I feel like the healing is actually pretty effective. And over here, I kind of just go aggressive. Again, I'm trying to proc that lethal tempo and see if I can really proc that E as soon as possible. But in terms of healing, I feel like it actually made a difference. And that's the ability healing and overheal as well. Laning phase. Apart from that, there's not much else to comment about this sort of rune page. Lethal tempo pretty much makes or breaks this build. And I would say press the attack could almost do the same jobs, to be honest. Especially in team fights. If you're gonna team fight a lot, this game I actually didn't team fight that much. It was more of like I tried to 1v1 as many people as I could, but there aren't many. I mean, Vlad just does way too much damage to me, and when he's in pool, I can't do anything to him. So it was only down to me 1v1ing like Ezreal, and Graves would just burst me too. So not the best game to 1v1, but you should never really look for just 1v1s as an ADC, unless you're like Vayne or something. And with all the kills that I'm getting, my alacrity stacks are pretty good at the moment, so I'm getting a lot of attack speed from that too, which kind of makes me think maybe I don't need to buy this second attack speed item. Maybe I only need static shiv and I can go full on AD and crit from there on. In terms of optimal, the most optimal build, I'd still say, from what I thought at the beginning, and that's press the attack and lethal tempo, which is what I've got. And as you can see here, I'm going to proc this as soon as that's so much attack speed. But then again, I don't know if, I mean, I'm also really fed, and I'm also playing Tristana, so it's hard to tell what's the most effective. But on paper, I think you want to 1v1 a lot, pick lethal tempo. If you're looking for a lot of team fights, team play, go press the attack. And over here, I'm not preoccupied with trying to get kills. I kind of just want to push as well. It's just not so good at pushing towers, so good at pushing objectives. So you just want to do that. That was my focus this game as well. But yeah, and you can see here, I actually get a kill like off that tower. Like it explodes so quickly because of my attack speed burst that it's ridiculous. Cancelling a few autos. Again, really rusty as an ADC. But again, this game is, I mean, I think 1 or 2 lanes won. Jax was a bit behind, but that's okay. We pushed this tower nice and early. So if you guys have tried playing Tristana with the new runes, let me know what you think is best. And over here I get really cocky, and Ezreal comes in with that Q, and he's got his Maramune or whatever, so he does a lot of damage. Definitely have to respect that. Kind of get cocky here. I just want to force fights here. Graves pops me. If I hadn't died from that Graves ult, I'm pretty sure I would have survived with my Bloodthirster and just regained health and just taken everyone out. But shitty positioning, I'm really aggressive. I just want to finish this game. Just want to push our advantage. Like this. Literally jumping into people when I shouldn't. You can see they're just targeting me. It's, man, like, ADCs have it pretty hard. I forget how, like, just scary an ADC is. And this is me fed and stuff, like, fleet footwork as well could always be used if you feel like you're going to have a nightmare of a lane. You can see I just flashed because the game's going to be over. I just want to try shit out. But no one wants to fight. And that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Any content you want to see, let me know too. And I'll see you in the next video.